And I'm not about to make my page private. That's
Exactly.
stupid.
All right. We ready?
We are. We
Okay.
are ready. My titty's right.
I don't know about your team, but mine.
Stop. You bitch. Okay.
My name is Eddie,
And I'm Omari.
and we are the two voices of the week.
Stark Natives, our culture,
Unfiltered.
unfiltered.
Discussing the way of this world and the next. Two voices.
Two voices.
Queer.
Queer.
Candid.
Candid.
Discussing the way of this world and the next.
Discussing the ways of this world and the next. Discussing the ways of this world
Candid.
and the next.
Discussing the way of this world and the next.
Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
Well, one thing that I want to say, and I'm
Yes.
just going to show it really quick.
Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate it. At least at least you like it.
This little book right here was given to me as a birthday gift by my film husband.
By this guy here.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a very intriguing book, so if y'all want to read it, then go and read it. It's Andrew Leon Talley, a memoir, The Chiffon
Trenches. Yeah.
Trenches.
Chiffon trenches.
And if you are in the fashion world, then you would like to get the book. And
Also,
if you
Andre
are,
Leon Talley is dope. We talked about him on our first episode, I think, right?
I don't
The
believe.
second one.
Did we talk on the
At
video?
the end of the episode, yeah. Because
Yeah,
we
we
were talking
did.
about it, but
Yeah,
we had a
true.
little issue. Yeah. He also has a documentary on Hulu called The Gospel According to Andre Leon Talley. It's really interesting. It's nice. And also, everybody knows him just by how he looks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's always that guy, the black guy at the fashion shows. He loves the big
He has like this.
capes. He likes to wear
Capes,
capes.
drapes.
I forgot what it's
Uh-huh.
called. It's the actual name for it. Caftan? Is it a caftan?
Don't look at me. Don't make me lie.
It may be a caftan. Don't make me lie. No, no. Don't make me lie. Anyways, use Google. You know what to do.
Okay. So, I found this on Google. No, not on Google. On Instagram. And it said, energy is currency. When you pay attention to something, you are buying an experience.
Okay.
It is an investment, so spend carefully and only things that will bring you a good return. Be selective. Treat your time with as much care as your finance. It is equally as valuable.
I find that very interesting because people are not, not everyone is
Very financial.
fiscally
Yeah.
responsible. So I think equating your energy to currency, while it sounds great, I don't think it necessarily, it doesn't translate well just because people aren't that financially responsible. They aren't.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But that's the other thing. People are not really, they are not well with their energy.
yeah.
Like, the time that they invest in certain things with their energy, it's what it's really doing is like draining them.
Oh yeah. Oh
So-
no, it's definitely like the same
So,
as far as
yeah.
people, kind of misusing their energy or misusing your money or
Yeah.
just kind of wasting your money or wasting your energy on things that you shouldn't. But it's almost like, okay, so if I am going to say that my energy is like currency and I'm not that great with currency, I need you to equate my energy with something that I am a little more responsible with.
True.
But I don't know if
It just
people are not that
currency is-
great or that
no.
responsible with a lot of things.
Thank you. But currency is in a way kind of like a easier way to explain energy, in the sense
true.
of like, because it's very worldly viewed.
Yeah, and also everybody cares about their money,
Exactly.
even if
So
they
you
do
have to-
spend it, frivolously. Like they still care about
Yeah.
it.
So like people will understand a little bit more of things if you put money involved,
That's true.
because people are more, in ways, greedy, are more into their money. So to understand something, if you put it in dollar amount, they will actually understand more if
That's
you
true.
put it in something else,
That
because
is
they don't kind of see it, they don't calculate it.
Yeah.
So when
Facts.
you put in money, it's like,
That's
oh,
accurate.
oh, and then be like, yeah, no.
You know what? Yes. Yeah. It's funny because it makes you think about the idea. People love to say like, this is business. It's not personal and stuff like that. But I never understood it because as far as I'm concerned, business is extremely personal.
Yeah.
Because usually business involves money, and nobody likes their money to be fucked with. So
It just
tell me
not,
that's not personal.
they're more into the sense of like, don't put too much of your emotions into it. In the sense of like don't mix love with, I guess, with pleasure in a sense, or
No, love is the pleasure.
yeah, well, true.
Don't mix business with pleasure.
Yeah.
Like, don't fuck your boss. Because it's great while you're fucking him and you got your job. But if you start fucking up on your job, he probably going to get rid of your ass no matter how good the good is.
So in a way, it's kind of also it's kind of like, in a way, sense of be a robotic.
Yeah, it's like
That's
you're supposed
really,
to be like
don't put too much emotions into it.
But see, I feel like when you do that, then you allow yourself to not care about people.
Yeah.
And then you start making decisions that are really, like, morally or ethically just not sound with who you are or
Correct.
who you think you are at least.
Or it doesn't go with your ethicals.
Yeah, your values and stuff. So it's like, that's the thing. Like, I appreciate ambitious people. I appreciate people who are go-getters and hustlers. But I am wary of people who are too ambitious and who are too big on a hustle and getting the next dollar, because sometimes you may not be able to necessarily trust them because they are trying to always get something. They kind of think only about themselves.
They're going to be more like a cutthroat kind of situation.
Yeah, like really cutthroat. And it's like... And I see in some ways that can be useful, and I admire it in some ways, because like that's dope that you can kind of just blank it out and have tunnel vision and do what you want to do. And it's like,
but too ambition is a little bit.
It could be a downfall.
Yeah,
it could be a downfall.
Like too much of something can be a trigger.
Now, what's the next one? What else you got?
The next one is train your mind to be stronger than your emotions.
People just don't want people to have emotions. Damn.
But it's more about don't get clouded. So, in the sense of like, because this happened the other day in a sense. When you're having a conversation with somebody and you're starting to get angry, you start to get mad. Because you're getting into those emotions that sometimes you might say certain things that you really don't mean.
No, you mean that shit. You just didn't mean to say it.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
You probably would have been better off not saying it, but you meant that shit.
Yeah, because you meant
it with an intent to hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like you meant it. You regret it. That's cool. Regret it. But don't say you didn't mean it. You meant it. You just meant it with an intent to hurt.
Well, yeah. But it's like, I guess in the sense of like you didn't mean to hurt that person. But you kind of did. But you did. But you did. Yeah. So that's really what it is. So for you not to get into those situations, then you have to have your mind strong. So in that way, they don't cloud your judgment on how you're talking to somebody.
Yeah. Like the situation I had yesterday. I was at work and me and this guy had an exchange of words, and I was telling Eddie, I realized that I haven't like really gotten into it with anybody in a while. But I realized that I might be one of those people that when I'm really upset and I want to handle something a certain way and I'm not able to handle it that way, I cry. I start to tear up a little bit because I'm like, there's like a ball of
because that anger,
frustration and anger in me that I want to unleash on you, and I cannot do that here.
So you cry.
So it's like
it turns into a cry.
Up. I'm like, ooh. And then I kind of had to I just sat down and I said my piece, but I sat down and just kind of let that go. I was like, okay, that's that. Because you do have to understand, you got to be stronger than your emotions to be like, I can't handle this like this here.
Sure.
If we were somewhere else under different circumstances,
then the situation would have gone differently.
Who can say? But I know that there I cannot handle that like that. So I had to kind of evaluate how I wanted to handle that.
Express
and then we
yourself.
talked about it later. Like he and I talked or whatever, and we, had a discussion about how we felt about that situation, and we figured it out. That's cool. So we're gonna move from that and go forward.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I was
But I think you need, not you per se, but people need to learn
Yeah.
to control their emotions. And the thing is for any kind of situation, because even when you're sad, you need to be able to control your emotions. Because that's another thing. You might be really sad that you're not really seeing certain things, and then you might be on a car, and because you're so clouded in your sadness that you might be able to lose control of the car.
Right.
So that's why you need to kind of like control your emotions into any situation. Even if you are happy or excited, you don't want to be too happy and excited because you're having a surprise.
Yeah.
And then if you are too happy and excited, then you are going to blow it up.
Correct.
So that's why you need to like control your emotions with any situation that you're going into be involved with, because you want to either keep the excitement, keep the surprise, the mystery, or even keep the friendship. Like, you don't want to say anything that can damage or that can hurt your friendship or your relationship, because in a relationship's standpoint of view, what it does is like, by you not controlling those emotions, you're kind of creating a wall.
Yeah.
So it's like, I have this between you and I, and then I put like a stick and another stick and another stick every single time that we have an emotion confrontation, to the point where we are creating
we ain't even close to each other no more.
Yeah,
it's like
because
just
of
all
that
this
wall.
distance, all these walls, all these buildings like in between us.
Yeah. And so that's why it's like, control them, and not only just control them, but even if you slip, because we are human beings, we're gonna slip.
Yeah.
When you slip and you notice that you did something wrong, even if you are prideful, even if it takes time out of you to accept it, you have to like just own up to it that you were wrong. Even if you don't want to, even if it's killing you, even if it's like, this
stupid fucking bitch, how dare you make me admit I'm wrong? How dare you make me confront things about myself I am not ready to confront?
Yeah, but you have to. So in that way you can like deal with it. And not only that, but God, you're a bitch. I don't like you. I know what you just did there. Whatever. But sometimes you leave that pile up, and you let that wall build up. At some point you're not gonna be able to come out of it. You're not gonna be able to fix it, because even when you're trying to fix it, because it's too much, there's too many layers of that wall, that another situation will happen, and it's like another brick. So even though you took one, there's two came back. So
that's why it's important to, that's why like every day is a journey. Every day is a step for knowing myself better. Because if I know myself better, then I can handle things more. I know I am a person that when I get excited, my mouth is like kind of uncontrollable. And not just excited. And I think, we always equate excitement with like positive connotations, but excitement is anything. You can be excited with anger. You can be excited with passion, And when I am in those kind of moments where I'm just like, oh, I'm so excited about this, or, frustratedly excited about something.
Yeah, because it's like a combination of two emotions.
I'm like this. So it's like I gotta,
bring it down a notch.
And, or the way I try to do it is I just try to make sure there's the disclaimer to my being where when I am excited, when I have things to say, I am going to say them. I may talk over you. I am not doing it to be nasty. I'm not doing it to be rude. I'm not doing it to interrupt you or not allow you to have a voice. I just am trying to kind of get all of these thoughts out of my head so that I won't forget them.
Yeah, like
because
you're wanting to them.
Rushing.
Yeah, because you want them to be across.
Yeah, like they're all rushing at once, and it's like I have to say these things. If I don't say them, I probably need to write them down so I can remember to say them.
Yeah, with energy being currency, that goes with emotions. If you know how to control your emotions, then you are saving your energy.
Correct.
You are not investing your anger into something that really doesn't matter. Let's, for an instant, you ask me something, instead of me like coming to you like you should already known, I just explain it to you. You know? So in that, because if I go into you and be like, the fuck, like you should already know, then I already taking too much energy out of me.
Yeah.
So I'm wasting my energy because now I'm getting angry
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
When I
it's like
shouldn't
you're wasting
have.
time and
Yeah.
you're wasting energy.
Yeah.
Because the time that you spent and the energy that you spent to be a smart ass, you could have just answered the question and we
deal
could
with
have
this.
been over this.
Exactly. We could have been over it,
Time
and
spent,
then yeah.
energy spent, that's it. Over this.
And all that time that you spent, it would have been,
Yeah.
you know.
And I think sometimes people have to kind of, that's why you really do have to like check yourself sometimes. And I think sometimes people are so focused on checking other people that they aren't focusing that they need to check themselves.
Exactly.
So it's like, if you have something, if somebody asks you something, just answer it.
Yeah.
Or tell them, I don't know. I think sometimes that's the thing too. People don't like to admit that they're wrong, or people don't like to say that they don't know something, or just being able to say, you know what, I just don't do that, or I don't want to do that, and not being able to do it really accept
because
that.
they don't want to admit their faults.
Yeah.
It's like a quote that not a quote that I was writing, but I was writing something for Potter's Primo.
Right,
and
right,
I was writing because of being the House of Slytherin. And we had like this thing and everything. But one of the things that I said on that was
What you said?
I don't know.
Bitch, you
That to
lied.
be proud of who you are, but accept your faults. Like, it's okay to be prideful. It's okay to be you and everything. But you also need to accept or acknowledge your wrong, your faults, your areas that are not perfect, your areas that have a little bit of rigidness into them.
Yeah.
You know, because it's part of life.
Yeah.
And you cannot just hide it. So if you accept it, then you will not be in situations where you're wasting your energy,
Right.
or you are not strongly emotional, you know. So
the other day I had a situation. I was talking to one of my friends, and we were talking about another one of our friends, and we're trying to figure something out in regards to him. And I may have disclosed some information that I wasn't necessarily supposed to disclose to my other friend. But I did it because I know my intentions, and I know I'm not doing it to be nasty. I know I'm not doing it to stab him in the back, but it's more like out of concern. And it's like the only way that I think that myself and my other friend can really even discuss this situation with my other friend is to be able to kind of have all the, you know, cards on the table and be able to talk about like, this is what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, this is what's happening. I haven't told my friend yet that I disclosed that information. And I'm going to, because I would rather do that than to kind of have this cloud hanging over our relationship.
So you said something to friend 1 about friend 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
you
it
haven't
wasn't like
talked
a
to friend
gossipy
2.
thing. It was just like, no, like, this is happening and you need to know this because clearly you're concerned and you're calling me. So, you know, in order for us to even address this, we need
It's
to
just you forgot to put the nickname. So then that's why I said friend 1 to friend 2. So even you already told the story, but you know.
Well, whatever, you know what it is. Friend 1, friend 2, and I told about friend 2 and friend 1 to But yeah, so that kind of situation, and I hate it because right now, the way I feel, I do feel like I have betrayed my friend, but I know I haven't, but I just feel bad because I know it's not something that I necessarily should.
Because they might not take it the way that you intend.
To
deliver the
it's
message.
Like, I know my intentions, but people will feel betrayed or feel, you know, stabbed in the back, however they want to feel, because that's how people are. I can't control the way they feel.
Yeah, or the way that they're gonna react.
Yeah, like I can't
that.
control the way you react. All I can do is tell you, hey, I said this because we're trying to figure this out, and that's the way that is.
Correct.
So we'll have a discussion and revisit this
with that person. But yeah, it's just I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
Well, while he forgetting and remembering.
But no, I'm just saying you have to be careful with your emotions and your time and your ways. You know, just be careful.
Be careful.
That's
of the
really what it
energy
is.
you waste. And also, don't cast cruel intentions on people. Like, if you know a person and you know they mean well for you and they care about your well-being, don't be so quick to assume that they did something to hurt you, even if it hurts you. Like, don't be so quick to assume that was their intent, was to hurt you. And I know that's hard to say because when you feel what you feel, when you feel it, you're going.
But that's when you need to be strong about your emotions, because whenever you're feeling that situation, like you felt that you were hurt, don't react on it. You have to sit on it.
No. You know what?
No, but I'm saying like
react, but don't overreact. That's the thing. Reacting is natural. You know what I mean? Like reacting is natural.
True.
We all want to react to how we react, but don't overreact. Overreacting is what that's a negative thing to overreact.
Yeah.
Everything's good in moderation. React, but don't overreact.
See, for me, it's like I have to sit down, process it.
But Eddie's also a plotter. Eddie will be
calm myself down and then have a conversation with you. So in that way, we can actually have a adult and adulty conversation.
When?
Okay.
When? When we gonna have this conversation?
Soon. You know, I'm not that petty anymore, even though I can be petty. So.
Un poco.
But you know, I like it. Karma works in many interesting ways, and always, and somehow works on my favor. So.
Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up.
But and I'm Eddie, and we are the two voices of the week.
And do not forget to
do your daily saintly duties.
And
about following, subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting. And if you see our podcast episode, do not forget to leave a review and
you know what? If you're watching this, share it.
Yeah, just share it.
I put you to task. If you see this,
share it.
If you made it this far to watch this, share it on your story. And make sure you mention Stark Natives or one of us.
And then our next episode will be coming up.
Yeah, it'll be
next Monday.
It'll be
okay.
Somewhere here. Somewhere here over here.
Yeah.
But we thank y'all so much, and we love y'all, and we hope that you go out and don't overreact.
Yeah, do not spend your emotions on stupid shit.
Don't overreact. Don't waste too much energy. Use the right amount. Budget your energy.
Yeah, budget your energy.
Budget your energy.
Yeah.
You know, what is your emotional budget?
Yeah.
What's your mental budget? Evaluate that. But we thank y'all.
Bye.
And take care.
Take care.